Good morning, everybody. Continuing in our mini devotionals at Matthew 5, starting at verse 13. This talks about our responsibility as believers, how we can be salt and light. I'm going to read up through verse 16. You are the salt of the earth, but if the salt loses its saltiness, how can it be made salty again? It is no longer good for anything except to be thrown out and trampled by men. You are the light of the world. A city on a hill cannot be hidden. Neither do people light a lamp and put it under a bowl. Instead, they put it on its stand, and it gives light to everyone in the house. In the same way, let your light shine before men, that they may see your good deeds and praise your Father in heaven. Salt. I know some salty people. That isn't what this means. We sometimes look around at our world and it seems a bit tasteless and it seems a bit dark. And we're to be salt and light. Salt does a number of things. It flavors. Salt enhances. Salt also preserves. And salt also brings healing. And when we look at ourselves as being salt, we should enhance any situation. We should also preserve. What does that mean? Well, in a society that seems to be anti-God, we should be the ones that are preserving this. We can't enforce or legislate this with other people, but we ourselves can make sure that we are walking with God, and in that way we preserve the situation for the sake of the Lord or for His glory. And salt heals. This is not only when we think of praying for people that they may be healed, but we have a role to play as salt, as healing relationships, healing situations that have gone awry. We should be like Jesus, right? And then light. What good is it to keep our relationship with God personal? Well, it is a personal relationship with God through Jesus Christ, but how can we keep that inside? And Jesus here uses the illustration. Who would light a light and then cover it? The King James, I believe, says put it under a bushel. In other words, who would want their light to be diminished, especially in a world that seems to be continually darker and darker? Here's good advice coming from Jesus today. You're the salt and the light of the world. So don't do anything that would diminish that. By the way, I was in a good conversation the other day with somebody, and they said, how would salt lose its saltiness? And, you know, it didn't come to me at the time, but in reading this morning, it came to me. You know, salt is salt. By its very nature, it can't be anything else. But when salt becomes so diluted with everything that's around it, it's worthless. And in this case, Jesus says when it's no longer salty, it's not good for anything except to be thrown out and used for pavement. Well, we don't want to just be thrown out and used for pavement, so we can't allow ourselves to be diluted with all of the things that are going on around us. Let's be salt and light today, all right? God bless you. Have a great one.